What's going on, everybody? The
Otakuans,
Otakuans.
bro.
It's been a
We're gonna
while.
have a
Anyway,
conversation about this.
we'll talk about it later. Anyways, what's going on, everybody?
What's up, guys?
Welcome back. So today we have a special episode for you today. David kind of came up with this idea. We'll talk about it here in a minute. But he kind of came up with this idea for our seasonal wrap ups, and I'm looking forward to it. Actually, it's going to be pretty exciting. We're probably going to argue. That's why we're called the Otaku Octagon, right? We're going to be fighting about a couple of these because he was capping a minute ago.
Look here,
He
I took
was
care of you honestly.
you,
You don't see
that shit was
Luffy.
randomized. Well,
You don't see Luffy on there, so you're lucky. You're
how are we
lucky.
gonna put Luffy? That's you can't do that. First of all, you can't do that. That man's gonna be in every season for the next
And
fucking
winning everyone
no
forever, but that's
negative,
neither here nor there.
negative, negative. But really quick though, I did. I said I continue Eminence and Shadow.
Hmm.
Um, I slept on it again, and I did say that I knew it would be a good show if I continued it. So but I did, and I mean that shit was it's beautiful. I got like three more episodes. I know it's still probably continuing, I believe.
Hmm.
But I got like three more episodes. Like I am atomic. That shit was
Quite
oh my
honestly, I think
god.
it's gonna go down as probably one of the top five of my favorite isekais.
That shit was
The
when
way it's been going down,
yeah
it's pretty clean.
yeah.
It's clean as fuck.
When I looked past the fact that I already knew what the beginning because I started it from the beginning, even though I already watched like the first three episodes, I was like, I already know what's about to happen because it's stupid. Let me just get past that. That's when I was like, oh, this shit's actually fucking pretty good, pretty cool.
Hmm.
Like I had to like my wife was semi watching it on her phone, and then when he did the atomic shit, she's like, "What he do?" And I was like, let me record, let me rewind that shit for you."
Yeah.
Like this man is literally a
Hit
nuclear
him with
bomb.
the skadoosh. Yo,
This
that
shit
shit was
is
fucking beautiful.
skadoosh.
Honestly,
Oh yeah,
I kind of want to rewatch it. If you know what I mean. Like, I feel
yeah,
like I wasn't paying enough attention, and I want to
yeah,
go back, like probably episode 3, 4, and
yeah,
re-listen to a lot of the talking scenes because you just sit on your phone for a lot of the scenes. I think I want to
yeah.
re-listen to the dialogue because there's some stuff where I'm like, hold on, they mentioned this before. Let me go back to that. So,
Yeah, there's a few things in there that'll catch you off guard.
mm-hmm.
Like I was like, wait, what? I had to rewind a few things, and I think that's actually one of the things I like about the show is that I had to like because I wanted to pay attention, and when a show's too like obvious or too, like I can see it coming,
Yeah.
then it is what it is. But this show is pretty, it's not like that. So I
Mm-hmm.
like the fact that it's like that. But yeah, it's definitely interesting.
Yeah.
But
And it
are you
doesn't
watching
only focus on him too. Something. No, the
that?
most current
Yeah,
episode is not just about the main character. They have a
yeah.
different focal point, and it's still a good episode. So I think that's another good quality of a good anime or a good
I
manga.
got I got like three more to watch. I'll be there, and then I gotta start. I gotta not restart, I guess, because I still remember what happened. But then I gotta finish My Hero because I didn't really
Mm.
another one of those things where I'm not like waiting for the next episode to come out. I'm so excited. I'm gonna let it pass. And like you said in our last episode, this is the best time to get back into it to watch like the crux
Yeah.
of the show. So, but everybody, before we get into our new idea, our new episode that we're forming today, be sure I already have it up right now, as you can see. Obviously, you're on YouTube, probably watching this video, or if you're listening to it, go over to the Otaku Octagon on our YouTube channel, subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment, let us know what you think. I mean, everything we say, uh, it sounds like factual facts, but it's mostly our opinions on everything.
No, it's
Uh,
facts.
we
I'm sorry.
we have hard stances on a lot of things, but I mean, show us some love. Go over there. You can go on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all that stuff, and it's over there as well. So, do you wanna go ahead? It was your idea, so you want to go ahead and reveal
Yeah.
it?
Let me go ahead and
Go
reveal.
ahead, go ahead.
So this is not just going to be a one episode thing. We
Yep.
do want this to be a continuation after every end of season. We do want to live up to our name of the Otaku Octagon and actually have an actual Otaku Octagon of that season's main characters every season. Now, something to keep in mind: we're not going to add characters from ongoing series. So, luckily for Maui, I'm not adding Luffy. I'm not adding Boruto because we know they're going. It's always going to be a who's going to win between
No,
Luffy and Boruto. We don't
no,
want that to happen every season.
no.
We're just
Boruto
going to
takes the L
focus. We're going to
immediately.
focus on that season. If
Immediately.
it's like a 1-2 core thing, we'll go ahead and add them. So we will see Eminence and Shadow on this one, even though it's still ongoing into the next season. But we will continue this going forwards, just so you can have a better understanding of from that season who was the most OP main character. And I think that it'll be a pretty good blast for both of us just to have a good argument in
Yeah.
between us, as well as for you to have a better understanding of how each of these main characters' powers and the
Yeah.
power system works for their
Yeah.
series.
So we're doing a bracket system for this. So, like you said, we're going to be doing the main characters from this past season. And the next season, obviously winter 2023, we're going to be doing the same thing with a bracket of who the main characters were. Now, I know you said something about like ongoing series. We did add Ichigo up on here, and that's what I was talking about the capping earlier because my boy don't like Bleach. But Bleach just came back after
Yeah,
like 10 years,
yeah,
so something like we gotta kind of add that one. It's not like a continuation like One Piece where it's been going for 10 years. So
25,
20 years,
25.
25, whatever, 25 years. But anyways, it came back after 10 years, so we did add Ichigo on here. But this is your bracket system. This is our Otaku Octagon seasonal showdown. So our seasonal showdown. We're gonna go over fall 2022, and these are our opinions. Again, if you have a different opinion, now we're gonna try to so David, we have to we have to agree because we need to get to the last person.
I
So
mean,
we're gonna fight
it's going
about
to
it.
be a no shit for all the answers. Whatever I say is going to be obviously the right answer, and you're
All
going to
right, that
agree
was it
to
for that.
all
That was
those
it for the
answers.
episode, everybody.
I mean, you're going
I'll
to
see
agree to all
y'all.
those answers.
No, I'll see to y'all later.
No, but let
Peace
me add
out.
on top. For some of them, of course, we're not going to know a full breakdown of their
Yeah,
abilities, but we do have, of course, the little wiki pages up just to have a brief run through of
yeah,
what they can really do. So we're not just
yeah,
pulling off from the hip or just shooting out of the side of
yeah.
our neck of who we think is stronger based
Because
on
there
favoritism.
there are like two or three on here that I did not watch because I just wasn't interested in the show. And I mean, I've said that before. Every time we do a seasonal breakdown, I'm like, I didn't watch that because I just wasn't interested, to be honest. And
Mm.
what's the point of me suffering through something just to give a review on it when I know you'll suffer through something to give a review on it? So, um, so how this works is essentially we have the list here. All these people on the side here will name off their names, powers, fights. Some of these, a couple of these are pretty obvious, but we're still going to talk about them, what anime they're from, what their names are, and then we click pretty much which one both of us agree on. Both of us agree on,
Okay.
and it'll move
Answer.
down to the bracket system, and whoever is the winner is the OP of the season. So, um, you got anything before we get started? Let's get the
Let's go ahead and run
let's get
into
the
the showdown.
boxing.
Let's go with our
All right.
first one. We got a
Yeah.
Toki from Shinobi no
Toki.
Toki, and of course we got Midoriya or
Deku.
Deku from My Hero Academia.
Deku.
So
Deku.
first, let's start with a Toki. He's just a regular guy.
Yeah.
He's not even
Yeah.
like a trained ninja. The
He's a ninja.
show started with him starting off in
Yeah.
school, but he still sucked as a ninja. Even at the end of the series, like he only won because he had like a OP piece of gear from like
Yeah.
their family's clan. So that's probably actually that's literally the only reason why he won against an
Yeah.
actual experienced ninja.
Like Deku, that Deku is I mean, it, he's an average guy. Like there's ninjas. There was ninjas in real life. There's still ninjas today, apparently somewhere, probably in LA in a karate gym or something. I don't know, but like
Mm-hmm.
this is Deku, and I mean, as much I don't really talk shit about My Hero Academia, but he's literally Deku. He has infinite Deku. He has multiple quirks now. Like I mean, it's Deku. He's a super powered being that can punch like buildings down. Like Deku's winning this. Let's be
Exactly.
honest.
We're not even going to get a chance to go into what he can do because this is the easy.
It's
It's
pretty
Deku.
obvious. Yeah. So, all right. So the next one we got, shit. The next one we got is going to be this one's gonna be hard for me.
Dang.
This one's gonna be hard for me.
Damn. Do you really?
So we got Sid from Seed Lord Shadow from
Mm.
Eminence and Shadow, and I'm currently watching that, so it's like my favorite right now. But we also got Fran and I guess Teach, whatever you want to
Yeah,
teach,
teacher.
teacher Fran and Teach from what's it called? So
Reoccurring as a
time I got
sword.
reincarnated as a sword. So Sid, everybody knows Eminence and Shadow. He's broken. That motherfucker's broken. Like I can't say nothing about that. In his universe, he's broken, but I could also say he's in other universes he would also be broken. He's kind of like a Anos Voldigold from fucking Misfit Demon King. Like there's nothing he can't do. Plus, we just talked about his literal nuclear strike that he can do on himself, and like he's like Black Adam pretty much.
Well, let's
Um,
get into what he can
I
actually
mean,
do. I mean, like this is
I mean, go,
worthy of
yeah, go,
actually going through
yeah,
the
go ahead.
abilities. All right, well, we got Sid. He has, of course, physical prowess. He's
Yeah,
strong. He's fast. He's agile. He's a master swordsman. Of course, he's going against another swordsman, so this actually comes into play highly well. He has warrior perception, so he obviously has the sensing
yeah,
abilities to be able to tell how a fighter is going to react, how they're going to move in a fight against. It's kind of like Sharingan abilities, but
yeah.
more into like regular warrior abilities.
He has
But she also
what's it
has the
called?
same. She
She
has the same.
does. Yeah, so the one thing I would put, because they both kind of have some of the same type of abilities, maybe not
Mm-hmm.
on the same levels at that point. The one thing I would give him besides his whole like nuclear strike thing is he has creation magic. So his slime creation magic is what allows him to create weapons, chains. I mean, he did that one big ass scythe in the beginning, like sliced a bunch of
Mm-hmm.
dudes' heads off at the same time. Like he can literally create anything. His whole outfit is
Yeah,
slime.
that
Like
slime
it's
he uses to just
yeah,
create
that black slime.
weapons, gear, all
Like,
of that.
yeah. So, and it's practically indestructible. I mean, he's been able to destroy most swords. However, our MC, right, slash MC, because Fran and Teach are both like the MCs.
Mm-hmm.
Like, our sword has the ability to, whenever it fractures or breaks, it regenerates. She has that regeneration thing, and then the
Mm-hmm.
sword gets stronger. So, it's kind of like
He also has recovery magic where he can heal
he has a recovery
himself and
magic. Yeah.
everyone around him. He has ion atomic. He has perception of time where he can slow time
Yeah.
down, see future events, past events.
I think the
Unfortunately,
I think the one thing that is an over edge on Sid is his like cynicalness and the
mm-hmm.
fact that he um is a killer. I don't think like Fran is tough
Yeah.
and Fran is broken as well, like 100% broken. But the fact that all she really like if she lost her sword, like even though we've seen her fight without it, she'd be fucking toasted by Sid like
Mm-hmm.
immediately. So I think time like being able to control time and then pretty much having like the Sharingan and creation magic and how cynical and like he's a murderer, he's a killer. Like
Well,
that's what he is.
let me defend Fran because I
Go
haven't
ahead.
looked at her abilities. So she does have perfect barrier, where she has a level 1 and level 2 to create two separate
Yeah.
barriers, magical and physical. Instant regeneration. She has mana absorption, so she can absorb mana,
Yeah.
obviously from the environment around her, as well as mana thief. She
So
can
she has
steal
Sage
mana
mode.
from other people. Yeah, she has
Yeah.
Sage Bow, and she has Mana Thief, where she was able to steal
Yeah.
that skill, so she can take other people's mana. Going against someone who uses mana, that might be highly important. She has Life Absorption, Life Thief. She can float. She can fly. She can use a Phantom Body.
He can fly.
He can also
So
fly, but
but
in
here, so
discharge.
here's the red cell for the mana thief, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Sid, in one of the last episodes that I watched, they put up a magical barrier that sucked out all magic that had a certain potential in a range, right?
Mm-hmm.
He was able to still kill a bunch of people by being under that magical range to where magic was not detected, but still using it.
Yep.
He used that little slime fucking crossbow and was just fucking slaughtering people. And he wasn't even using magic and still running around, jumping like he was like pretty much like a ninja, right? Like using his taijutsu, but like
Yeah.
and then he finally was able when they broke that barrier, he was able to, gain his form back. But
Obviously, yeah.
he's been in a magicless environment and still able to use magic.
Yeah, so the environment apparently ripped magic from everyone within it.
Yeah.
So one, that's magic absorption. But two, he specifically said that he kept magic or magicules to himself and was like
Yeah.
storing them and like compressing them, making them stronger over time. So even
Yeah.
though he was in an environment that stole magic, he was still able to keep
Do
magic
you
for himself.
yeah.
So it seems
I mean,
like
we
we're
got
going back to the
we
same
got we
answer.
gotta get it. We gotta give it to Sid. I mean, it would be a really good fight, to
Yeah,
be
it would be
honest. It
good
would be
fight.
a good fight. It would be a good fight. But these are two broken, reincarnated fucking MCs, but I mean Sid takes the fucking
It's the
that
way the
yeah,
cookie crumbles. I'm
that's
sorry.
the way to cookie crumble. Sorry, but um anyways, so okay, well this is pretty
Okay.
hmm.
All right. So
Hmm. So we
we
got
got
Mob
Mob Psycho.
Psycho.
Yeah, obviously. And then we have Al Wayne from
So
I Got Stronger Raising My Farm
real
Related Skills.
real quick, everybody, this is randomized. We promise. Like this is random. We did not set this up in any way. Like because I'd have put Ichigo versus Al Wayne. No, I'm just kidding. But like this is not. This is completely randomized. So if y'all are like, okay, come on, I promise you this is randomized. Okay, but we got Al Wayne and Mob Psycho. I mean,
I mean, are we sleeping on Al Wayne right now?
yes,
I feel like we're sleeping on Al Wayne. All right,
no.
so we know Mob Psycho. Obviously, we know he has telekinesis. We know he goes full 100% and beat the shit out of people without even
He
touching
can
them.
pretty much fly. He can pretty much he nobody can get close to him when he's at 100%. Like he has like a pretty much like a barrier around him. Um but
All right, for Al, I got some of his
there's a
abilities.
there's a there's a there's a con to Mob's powers though.
You want to go through the
Like
con, or you want to go through his abilities first?
let me go through the quick con.
Okay.
It's only quick. So the quick con with him is he is really strong even when he's not at 100%. He is pretty strong. Like he's a normal like super powered being, but in order for him to get to that 100, it takes certain criteria and he can't just get there. As of right now, he can't just turn it on. Like he has to get there. He has to meet certain criteria to get there. So like if him and Al Wayne started fighting, like we've seen Mob get into fights and yeah, his percentage would start ticking up a little faster, but unless like I think the blonde haired kid he got into a fight with, he was already at like 85% at that time. Because Mob has a thing where his percentage keeps going up no matter what he's doing. It's like his freak out. Like he has like a tick or a trigger
Yeah.
that like he'll go to 100%, then back down to zero, and then a week later he'll go up to like it's random. It just ticks up and ticks up. So um when he was already at 80% when he fought the blonde haired kid, and then and then all of a sudden during the fight after getting his ass kicked, he finally went to 100, and then he was able to beat the blonde haired kid. So if him and Al Wayne, if they met on the street, it really depends on. Now I wouldn't say depends. I still kind of in my head, and we'll go through Al's like abilities. Still in my head, Mob would win, but it depends on what percentage he would be at when the fighting started. Because he could have just win 100% and be at like 12% when they start fighting. And it would take a lot of conditions for him to get to 100 and wipe the floor with Al. Because we all know Al, and you're going to go through his abilities, but he's super strong and fucking fast. And,
Yeah.
so like, it's like two super powered normal beings. And then, but yeah, anyways, but go through his abilities. But that's one of Mob's big cons.
In my defense, I mean, well, in defense of Mob, for that, his tick or the percentage starts to go up a lot faster when he starts to take damage as he starts to get his ass
True,
whooped.
true,
And that motherfucker could take a hit.
true,
Dude head
true.
was being drugged through the walls, through the
Yeah.
grounds. He
I mean, he
took
was
a
thrown through
lot of
buildings. So
damage.
yeah, he was
And
thrown through literal
steadily
buildings.
going up, and yet he didn't pass out. He was able to keep consciousness and still go to 100%. So, in his
Yeah.
defense, I was going to have to really put out something to defeat him before he can get to 100%.
Didn't he flick a rock at a dragon and then it like blew up or something? I don't know.
Yeah,
That's his only feat? So I mean,
there's his feet right there. So Al, of course, yes, he did flick a rock. He does have superhuman strength. He can defeat monsters, demons with his own hands. Perfect
sounds like normal
steadiness.
isekai shit.
Yeah, of course. He has master of martial arts skill, secret fisherman technique, spear thrust. So
Wow.
essentially, he's just a very, very strong guy. He's very
Yeah.
fast. He's very strong. He doesn't quite know his strength, but the problem is he's a pacifist.
Combat experience.
He's a
Mob has
pacifist.
combat
Yeah,
experience.
and he doesn't want to fight. He just wants to farm. So at the end
Yeah.
of the day, he's going to try to reason with Mob that they shouldn't fight. He just wants to
The
farm some
problem
tomatoes.
the problem with that is like Mob would probably be like, okay,
Yeah.
I don't want to fight either. But if it was like bloodlusted, if they were both bloodlusted, I'm still giving it to Mob. Like,
Mob destroyed all his whole farm, ripped
yeah,
up all the celery or some shit.
I don't know.
Maybe,
Yeah, just
maybe then they'll fight, but Mob will win at the end of the day.
Mob's winning. So
He
that's
doesn't even
Mob.
need to go to 100%. He
Yeah, no.
defeats him at 70.
Okay, so we have Denji from Chainsaw Man versus It's from Beast Tamer. I forgot what
Rain
his fucking
Shroud
Rain Shroud
from Beast Tamer.
from Beast Tamer. I forgot. I keep forgetting what his name is. He sound Rain Shroud just doesn't sound the right name for some reason. I don't know. But we got Denji, Chainsaw Man, and Rain Shroud. So I could talk about Chainsaw Man. I know you
Yeah,
didn't watch Chainsaw
please
Man.
do. I don't know.
Um,
I think I might give it to
so
Shroud.
so I'm not giving it to Shroud. But the only reason why, so Denji Chainsaw Man, so he is they call it a feint. A feint is a part demon, or not part demon. Well, I mean, I guess you can call it that. But he's part demon, part human, right? Or devil, not demon, but devil. He has the ability to create chainsaws from each one of his limbs, so his legs, arms, hands, feet. He's been killed multiple times and still survived. So he has like quick regeneration. He's even had his head cut off and he still survived. I think the only thing that they've said that really kills him is if his heart gets taken and consumed or like crushed or destroyed, whatever. That's the only thing that would kill Denji. Um, his one flaw is like if he doesn't get blood or he doesn't eat flesh or blood or whatever, his chainsaws don't work. But he has superhuman strength, superhuman speed. He's a fucking psychopath. Like he's legit a psychopath. He's jumped into things that were considered suicide that even seasoned devil hunters would not even go into, and he's like, and he just like, yeah, he's a fucking psychopath. But he's always bloodlusted. I guess you call it booby lusted because all he wants is grab titties. But he's always bloodlusted. I think, and the only reason why I'm giving it to him is because he's practically immortal. And I know the Beast Tamer has his ultimate beast or ultimate species. Sorry, ultimate species. But if this is a 1v1, he doesn't have ultimate species. He has the powers of them. If this is a 1v1, this Rain Shroud is not a murderer. I mean, he beat people up, but he ain't.
Are
Nah,
you done?
Denji's fucking him up.
Are you done?
Are you done? Rain Shroud ain't winning. I'm not giving this to anybody else. We gonna
All
be at a
right, so it
dead.
seems that we're at our first crossroad.
Yeah, go ahead.
I feel like you're sleeping on
No
Rain
ultimate
Shroud.
species.
No ultimate species. I feel like you're
He still
sleeping
has
on
the
Rain Shroud.
powers though, because I know he built the
He does.
bonds.
He still. All right.
Yeah,
Obviously, he has a supernatural physical strength. You say that Denji has his immortality regeneration. Cool. So does Shroud. Rain Shroud has the same regeneration.
When?
So
When?
let me go ahead and read it for you all. Due to him
From
making
manga.
pact with Fenia from the Phoenix tribe, Rain has the ability to regenerate himself with fire. He can easily heal his wounds and injuries automatically. This regeneration
ever showed
immunity
that?
from status conditions has made Rain to be immortal.
When has he ever showed that? When has he ever showed that?
His abilities, bro. I'm just
Give me.
reading
I need.
So
what's it called?
that
Source
is something
material.
that
Source material.
That's
Give me some
so
source
that's
material.
something that something I have to now bring up because obviously this is our first time doing this list. We have to limit the main characters to only what they did in the current season.
Source material. Yep. Source material.
Because don't say source material because the source material is like
Is the
novel
current season.
and he has immortality.
Okay, so current season. He
Only
hasn't
the
done it in
current
the
season.
current
Okay,
season.
he hasn't done it in the current season. All right, let's backtrack it again. So he does have immunity. He does have material creation at this time. He does have summoning at
What
this
has he
time.
created?
Material creation. So when he made pact with the God tribe, the girl from the God tribe, he has the ability.
Oh, the demigod
Yeah,
or whatever.
demigod.
Yeah. Well, we haven't
he
even
has the ability
seen.
to create
We
anything
haven't seen
from his
what he did,
imagination.
but we haven't seen what his power is.
But
yet from this season.
he's already made that pact, so that's
He doesn't
his
know how
power
to.
at this time. That's
So imagine the last episode.
I
So
will
the
have to
last
remember
episode
every
of
little
Chainsaw
thing
Man.
he did.
I can tell you the exact what happened in the last episode of Beast Tamer. I can tell you the exact thing that
He did
happened
a lot of things.
because I just watched it. So the last episode of Chainsaw Man versus the last episode of fucking Beast Tamer, he had just made the pact with the demigod or demi girl, whatever the little fox girl, the
The
nine-tailed
last
fox
episode
girl.
was the ghost girl.
And then well yeah, I know, but like I'm saying like the last bit of it. And then he gets the house and then he meets the ghost girl. But we have seen zero powers from what the demigod or the demi whatever it is. We've seen zero powers in the whole show from her because he just made a pact with her. He didn't even figure out what
he still
what
has the power.
he hasn't, but unless he knows how to use it. Hell, he fought he had like 2 fights before he figured out what the fairy powers were when he made the pacts with the fairies.
He
He had
figured
two
out
whole
like the
fights.
same episode though.
He had 2 whole fights
I
before
mean,
that.
he was like, "Oh, what is the fairy power?" And then 2 fights later, "Oh, this is the fairy power." That's he still has the power. He just
Yeah,
has to
but
know what the power
if
is.
the fight they those 2 fights before that he's fighting Denji, he's fucking losing. He's losing regardless. I mean, Denji's literally immortal. Like as long as you don't take his heart out.
What
And I'm
is
sure if
his?
you
What
took,
is Denji's power other than making chainsaws and being immortal? What is his power?
I mean, he doesn't have magic. It's not a magical world. It's only devils and
So
humans.
what is the win condition for Denji? Cut up Rain. He has.
Uh,
Is he stronger than Rain or faster than Rain? What is the
so if
condition?
we're looking at the last season of the anime, like the
Mm-hmm.
show, the last like the I guess the first season of both shows, the physical abilities of both Denji outclasses. He needed to be Beast or Rain Shroud needed to be carried, like physically, like did the whole like phase shift with the demigirl to beat that one demon, right? The one demon that came out of that tomb or whatever it was. Denji is jumping over buildings, leaping over buildings, destroying buildings. This man is killing the thousands of thousands of devils at the same time, like surrounding him, and multiple chainsaws. They're stabbing him, but he's eating while he's fighting,
Mm-hmm.
and drinking blood while he's fighting,
Mm-hmm.
and so he just keeps regenerating over and over and over and over and
Does
over
he
and over
need
and
to
over.
eat and drink blood in order to regenerate
It's
over and
ran.
over?
It's not. It's like if he has it. So there's one episode where he was like, um, I haven't drinking any blood or eaten in like a week or so. He's like, I'm really hungry. And then they ended up meeting up with some. It was like some small. It was like a devil. It wasn't small, but it wasn't like a big time devil. And he tried to bring out his chainsaws, and they only came out halfway. And he's like, oh shit, because he was like, I forgot to eat,
Mm-hmm.
like it was like I've just been doing shit. I don't know, I forgot. But it was only one time. After that, all the other fights he's always had is like his chainsaws out, and he's always been fine. And then he's just eaten while he's been fighting. So,
So we're
but
coming up with one. Denji is coming into the fight 100%.
he's coming to the fight. The Beast Tamer is
He's
too. I mean,
no, I'm saying he's coming to the fight 100%, meaning he's eating.
he's eating. Yeah, yeah. There's only one time he said he forgot he to
I'm
eat or
I'm
some
not
shit.
I'm not seeing him eating Rain though. If he has to eat
He doesn't eat humans.
in the middle of the fight to continue to regenerate and be strong, he's
No,
not doing
so
that with Rain.
No, so you're mistaken what he's doing as an intelligent
Yeah,
move
yeah, I'm
versus
not
what he
sure.
has to do.
Yeah, what does he have
So
to do to
so
continue to be strong?
he doesn't have to eat consistently to
Mm.
keep regenerating. He's only doing that to make himself broken. So imagine if like this would be a bad fucking like
If he's fighting a
so
human that he
imagine
doesn't want to eat,
so imagine if you're like oh, no, I mean he doesn't eat humans. He only eats devils because that's the only he's like I'm not supposed to eat. I want to protect humans. I don't want to
so
kill
would he
them.
hurt Rain then?
I mean, it doesn't matter. We said bloodlusted, did we not?
If we're
They're both
talking
fighting blood.
bloodlusted, why are we not giving Rain that's the same qualities? Bloodlusted.
What qualities? We don't know what those infinite
Rain
immortal
is
regenerability. He hasn't
strong
happened.
and
He is strong,
fast by
100%.
himself.
But his fights versus Denji's fights are not as dynamic. And I talked about this when we went over
Well,
this
Rain
episode.
lives in a magical world versus Rain just lives in a physical cut him up, bite him up world.
Yeah, well, he doesn't. His fights, Rain's fights versus Denji's fights. Denji's literally bounds and leaps the
Mm.
Hulk over buildings, destroying buildings, while Rain is like on the ground mostly. He'll jump up every once in a while, but he has to use his ultimate species to help him pretty much be in the air.
Mm.
So Denji is literally like just flying over fucking buildings, getting smashed through them, multiple
I feel
buildings,
like
and
it's
still
more of a
being fine.
personality. I
He
feel like
got
Rain could do
he got
that
his
if he wanted
fucking
to.
he got his can do that versus seeing do that. We said this
Do
last
you believe
season.
he can't do it?
I believe he can get messed up pretty bad, but we've seen Rain get messed up pretty bad, and then he like came back because
Against who? Hold on.
that
Against
was
who?
the
Because he,
who's
he
it
pretty much
who's he
dog
getting beat
walks
up?
everyone he fights.
Who's he getting beaten up by? He was like I think he started getting whooped by that devil until he
Mm.
figured out what he was supposed to do, or like
Mm.
his power. He figured
I
out what
might
it
have
was.
to give it to you for the just because I don't know Chainsaw Man and you do know both of them. But we're gonna have to circle back
The
around to
only
this one.
well, the problem is it's a magical realm versus a non-magical
Yeah,
realm.
I think that
But at the same
is a
time,
lot when it comes to
but at the
balance.
same time, with like the fact that rain, it's also boils down to like your, I guess like not characteristics, but like your
I mean, but
emotionality. Yes,
they're both
bloodlusted.
bloodlusted. So
True, yes, bloodlusted, but Denji is always bloodlusted. So like this
so
man
no
is never
change then. No
not.
change for
There's never
Rain.
not a
He has
time
to
where he's
change.
bloodlusted.
Imagine Rain knowing how hard, because we know this motherfucker hit hard,
He
bloodlusted,
does.
not caring about how he hurts people. I feel like that's going to be more of a fight that you're putting on. But
I definitely
I
think
would
he
give
could
it
put
to the
up a fight.
Chainsaw Man right now, Denji. But we got to circle back around when I finish Chainsaw Man.
You gotta watch Chainsaw Man. So we're giving it to Denji. All right. Next. All right. So I guess we're doing on this left side here, and then we're going back on the right side. So Deku
Damn,
versus Sid,
damn.
Eminence and Shadow, and Deku.
Ooh, that's hard now. That's hard now. Let
Yeah.
me think. Only anime, only Deku. Anime only Deku. Obviously, he has strength.
He's super
He has
fast.
levitation. Yeah, he's super fast. Does he have magic nullifying? No.
No,
What's his
he
long
doesn't. He
distance?
doesn't really have creation. He's just Superman
Yeah.
and
What's his long distance attack look like? He does have like the he
the
can do like
black whips.
no, he can do the air shots.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
But
I
other than
think.
that,
I think. I think Deku is faster than Sid.
and
To be
stronger,
fair,
physically
and
stronger,
physically stronger, but I think
in a long
Sid
distance
has
battle.
more tools in his tool belt.
Yeah, I don't think in a long distance battle Deku can beat Sid.
No,
Now
I
up
think
close and personal, if he's within let's say 50 meters, he's all over Sid's ass.
yeah, he's more.
But if Sid gets the distance, he
Womp,
Deku's
womp,
not
womp,
going to be
womp,
able to reach
womp.
him because you know
Because we've
Deku
seen that
has their whips
we've
now.
seen Deku fucking get mad, and we've seen him walk people.
Yeah,
So like bloodlusted.
especially when he uses those whips, he'll keep get your ass back over here.
Yeah.
Get
What
your
is
ass back over
Scorp-
here.
Scorpion? Get over here.
No, he'll be all over Sid's ass, but no, long distance, in
I'm
which I know
honestly
Sid has high intelligence, and he'll realize very soon I need to keep my distance,
yeah.
and then Sid wins.
I don't. I'm honestly like I'm not a big My Hero fan, and I like Eminence and Shadow, but I'm still like I'm still not sure to be honest.
Really?
Only because
Is
Deku does not have magic nullifying, but he's extremely fast. And if I'm thinking Deku bloodlusted, I'm not thinking what we've seen really, but like because we said bloodlusted, because if we put all these characters' actual emotions in here, Deku would be crying, fucking Mob and the farming guy would be fucking friends. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? So like,
Sid can heal himself. Sid has
true.
magical projectiles. He has magical threads. He can use whirlwind, quick flash, serious dash. He's fast too. He's nothing to scoff
Yeah,
off. He may not be as physically
I'll
strong,
probably.
but he's
Yeah,
smart enough to know stay away, keep him on
he
his
is smart.
toes.
He is very smart.
Deku
Yeah,
is enough to analyze, but Sid is extremely smart.
he has
With
very
all,
high battle IQ.
yeah,
I'll give it to Sid. We giving it to Sid. I'll give it to Sid.
we're not being
Yeah.
we're not being facetious. We're not just trying to make Deku lose.
No, no, no.
Sid,
I even
Sid
said, I
takes
honestly
this.
still don't know, but like Sid is like,
I
he's
wholeheartedly
just
agree.
so many, he has so many tricks. Like he has so many stuff that he could do and just wipe. And Deku hurts himself all the fucking time still. So like,
Yeah,
you know,
exactly. When
like,
he uses 100%, he hurts himself, and he will have to
like
use
unless he has
100%
the only time he's
against him.
ever used it is when the girl was on his back.
Hmm.
That's the only time he was able to use it. So and even then, he was still kind of,
Well, he's going to develop a new way of getting close to that, but
yeah.
that's neither here or there right now. Right now,
So
Sid
Sid,
takes.
yeah, we got Sid. Sid's taking it. All right. All right, so we got Mob Psycho, Chainsaw Man.
Bob,
Mm,
I
yeah,
gave Denji a pass.
honestly, I will honestly say Mob as well, only because of his telekinesis.
Hmm.
His
He can keep him away
telekinesis
from
would
him.
be his biggest fucking advantage over Denji, and Mob could literally crush things in
Yeah,
his
he
hand.
can crush him like a ball in the middle air.
Yeah, Mob has the force pretty much. So
Oh! You want to slash me? Okay, all right.
yeah.
Yeah, no, keep trying. Make him cut
Yeah,
himself up.
Mob would only have to. The problem I only have with Mob, because I want to give these fair shots, right? The only problem I have with Mob is Mob's kind of stupid, so like he's like kind of dumb, and he would have to learn that Denji's only ability, the only way to kill Denji, is to crush his heart. Like he would have to rip his heart out and like destroy it. So, and if he didn't know that, he'd be crushing Denji, and Denji would just like regenerate
I mean,
over and over. He's kind of like Bond from fucking Seven Deadly Sins.
yeah,
Like,
he'll keep on, but Mob would just
yeah,
like again. Mob is powerful enough without going 100%. He still
true,
has
true.
telekinesis, and Denji is just sounds like he's just a physical,
He's a
extremely
ve-
powerful physical guy.
he's a very very fast, extremely powerful berserk. He's a
He's
berserker.
not doing anything unless he's shown something from this season of him
Not
dealing
really.
with telekinesis of moving his body without his control. I'm not seeing it.
Yeah, no. Okay, we can give it to Mob on that one. Okay.
All right,
Whew.
woo, there we go.
Okay. So
Eminence and
Sid
Mob.
versus Mob. Oh,
Damn.
yeah. The problem here is telekinesis to me is a magical ability. If I have to be honest, it is a magical ability. It's not considered magic in their world, but that's a magical ability. Not too many people have it, and if you have a superpower, they say anything that's can't is not scientifically quantifiable is considered magic.
You think
That's like
Sid
a whole
is
phrase.
canceling it out?
But I think Sid can cancel that out. I think he can. And I think, but again, Mob can also do long distance attacks, and he's at up front in your face berserker. So this doesn't work the same way that Sid was fighting, um, uh, other people like Deku, right?
He still
Like where you
has
can keep him.
that flash step or that quick flash.
Yeah,
He can
I'm saying,
instantly.
but like, yeah, he's not. He can keep him at a distance, but they're both fast. Like Mob's fast as fuck too. So
Sid is boosting himself physically and his agility with his magic at all times.
yeah, he's like
Does Mob have any magic, like sucking the magic out of other people? Not that I've seen. I haven't finished it.
he just can like use the force pretty much. Like he's a elevated Jedi. Like he just can crush everything in his path, and like when he gets to 100%, that's it. But I think Sid is extremely intelligent. Again, I think Mob's just an idiot, but he's really strong. He figures shit out, but I think
And
Mob's
Sid's bloodlusted, not as bloodlusted, of course, but he as Denji, but he has no problem with killing people.
yeah, he doesn't care. Like he will slice
And
your head off.
his magic threads will cut through a normal human being. Obviously, Mob has his own defenses, but not forever. I think Sid has the defense to kill Mob.
And then if he does the atomic shit, I mean, I don't think that would maybe kill Mob, but it would put him on the
He'll
ground
definitely put
for
him on his
Sid to kill him.
ass.
Yeah, it put him on the ground for Sid to take enough time to kill him.
This
So
is all pre 100% though. 100% Mob's a whole new being, and I think Sid has the ability to push to Sid. I'm sorry, Sid push Mob to 100%.
oh yeah, oh absolutely, and
Think
Mob's
100%
absolutely
Mob
broken at
is
100%.
Killing Sid at 100%. Let me pull Mob up really quick.
Fuck man, I don't know. Um, I mean, so Mob pretty much has the same exact elemental abilities as he does pre 100%, but it's like 10 times, like 100 times, and he's like blacked out. Like he has no idea what he's doing. It's taking over for him. And he's pretty much like a walking nuclear bomb, just like kind of Sid is, right?
And he becomes like
Um,
bloodlusted.
he becomes bloodlusted, right? Um, I don't know. I may at 100%. I may have to give it to Mob to be honest, because Mob is just too fat. Like he is a
He's
sentient being.
overwhelming.
He's a sentient,
yeah.
overwhelming being.
And what
That
about what's the other one? It's like question marks. It's like 3 question marks.
yeah, he can go over 100%, where we don't even know what percentage he's at
And he turns
anymore.
like white and black. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Mob's taking
Mom's
that.
taking this one.
Yeah,
At the end
Mob's
of the
taking
day.
that one. Yeah, Sid would have to kill him long
Yeah.
before he reaches 100% in order for that to win. So
Pre
it's like
100, he can
mid
make it.
diff. Yeah, like yeah.
It
Okay, we'll
depends
give
where
that to
Mob
Mob.
is. But if we're
Yeah,
saying Mob is coming in, let's say at 95%, then Mob takes it.
yeah. Okay. All right. So right side of the bracket, we got Ichigo versus what's her name?
Ronco couldn't
Kagen
even
Ronko.
get
Ronko.
past the first round. That's fucked up.
She's not getting past the
Who
first
made
round.
this list? Hey, I need to talk to
We,
the manager.
we not getting
What the
past
hell,
it.
Ronco?
You know,
Yo,
she's a normal person. She
Ronco
ain't getting
made me
past.
love Akiba Maywar.
She wouldn't even be able to see Ichigo.
Bro, she wouldn't be able to see Akiba. I mean,
He's
unfortunately,
a
we won't
solid.
have the chance to go through Ichigo's abilities again. Obviously, we had the whole episode, but Ichigo. I mean,
Yeah. Okay. Well,
unfortunately.
human Soul Reaper. Yeah.
Uses
Anyways.
guns, uses a soul sword.
All right. So
Come
we got.
on, what the hell?
These are your favorite shows. We got Park Hyung from Lookism, and we
Soletta
got
from Witcher Mercury.
Suletta from Mobile Suit Gundam Witcher Mercury. I haven't seen Lookism. I've seen it on Netflix, but I haven't seen it. I will honestly give it to Suletta though. She has
I
literally
don't
a
like how you're
Gundam.
actually thinking about this. Like, I will, I guess, honestly.
Like I'm gonna give it to Suletta.
She
She
has a
has
whole
a
Mobile
Gundam.
Suit
He's a
Gundam.
normal He's a high school kid.
I
Like
mean,
you
like
know.
he has. I mean, it's not superhuman abilities, but he's like the strongest kid in
He
his
has
class.
normal anime
He
strength.
has normal
Normal anime
anime
strength.
speed. So yeah, she's
Okay.
yeah
She has a Gundam,
in one of the
sir.
best Gundams we've seen. Definitely better
She
than
has.
Babado's. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and give it to Suletta. All right, who we got next?
All right, so Jolene and what's
I
his
like
name?
this.
Peter Grill.
I like this. I like this. This is good. This is a good little matchup.
So Jolene, Peter Grill. I honestly, um, I know about JoJo's Bizarre. I've seen a few of the seasons. I haven't seen Peter Grill. So you're gonna have to give me some feats of Peter Grill in order for me to pick him over Jolene because JoJo characters are kind of broken, to be honest.
All right.
So
All right. I mean, this Peter Grill's very simple.
okay,
Imagine a world with it's a swords and magic world.
knights and
Orcs,
magic and
knights and magic. It has
gotcha.
orcs, goblins, all those regular type of demons.
Yeah.
Fancy world. He is known as the strongest man in this entire world.
Okay.
He's
So in
not.
his
He doesn't
verse,
have like super magic. He doesn't have like magic, or he probably has like low levels of magic. But he's like his swordsmanship can defeat every being in his verse. So of course, yes, this verse it's a him.
is it an actiony anime?
No, no, no. I've told you about this anime. It's about a whole bunch of girls who just want to have his baby.
Oh yeah,
It's
you
not.
did tell me about that.
It's about titties and having sex all the time. But his character, like his character background is serious. He's fought a tournament, defeated everyone in the tournament, and is known as the world's strongest man. And
We
then
didn't even
from
get to see
there,
that.
everyone wants to have his baby. But him against a girl who's not the world's strongest woman. She's just a regular woman who has a slightly higher level of intelligence, but she has a stand. He can't see her stand.
But Stan's winning.
Nah, that doesn't mean that because once again, he is super strong. He's fast. Like
But if he can't see her stand, that's one of the biggest.
but all he has to do is attack her.
True. Can she fight?
Not really. She uses her stand to kind of
What's her stand? What's her stand?
So her stand is a string stand. So it's made up of string. She uses it to basically throw punches. Like imagine if you could throw your arm and like a string will appear in the middle, so it can be further.
So it's like bungee
people
gum.
up.
It's like
No,
the
it's
cum
not.
cum
It's
fruit.
not. It's not even close. I mean, like
Bungee cum.
it's useful. Like she can use it to defend her body from like getting shot by bullets. If he like attacks her with a sword, she can like coat her body in the string to attack to defend against that. So I would give it to her because she has a lot of uses to defend herself. He's super strong. I think she can take it because one, he can't see her stand. I think that's probably what reason why she wins this fight.
I'm gonna give you that one because I don't know, to be honest. But I'll give you Jolene. I know JoJo and I know their characters are pretty broken. Peter Grill just seems like he's strong for their verse, but if he went to anybody else's verse, he wouldn't be all that strong. So I mean, to be honest, personal opinion. Anyways, all right. So next up, we got Lloyd Forger
Against Wang Ling.
against Wang.
So Lloyd Forger.
All right, so we're going. All right, so next,
he's a spy.
so Wang Ling. Everybody doesn't know it's from David's favorite anime, The Immortal King. He's pretty much literally the most broken character in most animes ever.
We're gonna get into his abilities, but it's
Why?
not gonna be here. It's
Why?
not gonna be here. He's a god.
Why?
He's a god.
Yeah, he's a god in his verse, and he's a human being.
Yeah,
So
he's a top spy. He's not like number one
he's
spy.
Topo Spio. All right, Ichigo versus Suleta. I'm still like not being biased. I'm still giving it to Ichigo because she's not gonna see him. She can't see him. She literally can't see him, and he has
How do you
Fullbringer
even talk about
powers.
this?
He has
We can't use
Bankais.
that. He can't see him. He's a normal. He has a normal human body. He could be seen.
That's not bloodlusted, and that's not in
He's gonna be
fighting
like,
conditions.
let me get in this mode so that you can't see me first. Like that's not fair.
That's his only fighting form. What do you mean that's not fair?
Only
Because
way for
if we
him to
get
be
to
in his
Wang, if
fighting
we get
form.
to, I'm gonna be honest, and this is from foreshadowing. If we get to a certain individual on here, I'm not gonna give it to Ichigo. If we get there,
I mean,
we'll see
obviously,
though. So
but he
like,
would be able to see him
uh,
in a
so you
fight
want
where they can see each other.
okay, all
I
right. So
think the
she can
whole
see
point
him.
about
He's still
stands is regular people can't see. I think that's important. But him being a Shinigami and can't see ghosts, that's kind of an asshole. They
not
can see
really.
each other in a
I
real
mean,
fight. In a real fight, I'm still going to give it to
because
Ichigo.
in the Fullbringer arc, they had to Ichigo lost his he was losing his abilities, but he still had his fighting power,
Mm.
and he couldn't see Shinigamis anymore. He couldn't see Soul Reapers anymore, and the evil one was still beating his ass, and he still had his full powers. He just couldn't see him anymore. So it's like, is that really an asshole? It's literally an advantage.
Well, how does all his friends see the Shinigamis? They're regular humans.
No, they're well, one is a Quincy, the other one is a Fullbringer, and well, two of them are Fullbringers. So
The girl, Orihime,
Orihime, and Chad are Fullbringers,
she's a
and
Fullbringer.
yeah, and what's his name? The Sasuke ripoff. He's this
Murasaki or
Quincy.
some shit.
Yeah, he's a Quincy, so they can see Shinigamis and
No, there
hollows
was
and
one
shit.
girl in the show. She was a regular human, but she was able to see.
So the what's it called? The explanation of humans that can see hollows and Shinigamis are ones with higher spiritual pressure or spiritual awareness. That's like people in our
All
world
right,
saying
good.
that they can.
Soletta has
That's what.
higher spiritual pressure
No,
because
she doesn't.
she's a Gundam
Give me
warrior in a fight
give me some source
against
material.
these high spiritual
No,
pressure
give me
entities.
feats. Give me feats that show that. Go
What?
ahead.
That she has high spiritual. Okay.
In this last
In the
season,
prelude, in the prelude to the
in the
season,
prelude.
she was
Yep.
the only one who can actually utilize the Gundam because there was something
She's
special
smart.
about with smart. It's not. She was a child. It's not about
She could be smart.
intelligence.
Mi, Mizuki could do the same thing. When he was a child, he was just really smart and he was really strong. Like actually, he wasn't even that smart, but he was really
He was
strong.
super. No, they put the things in him.
Yeah, the Alea Vignana system.
Yeah, she doesn't have
I
that.
know.
The girl doesn't have that.
I know she
She's
doesn't.
so
But I'm just saying.
special. So she's
Special.
able to see Ichigo. Look, we're not going to go
You're
back
pulling.
and forth
You're
about
pulling.
this. She
Ichigo's
is
winning.
so special. Obviously, Ichigo is
winning.
winning in a battle of strength, but we're not going to
Ichigo's
say
winning.
just because she can't see him. Next,
Right. She can't see him. He won.
next.
Yeah. Jolene versus Wang Ling. Goodbye.
So Wingling's a god. So Wingling.
All right, this is the
All right,
one.
here we
This
go.
is the one that I said I probably wouldn't give it, but I still want to discuss it. I know Wang Lang and his godly like abilities. Um, I honestly would still give it to Wang Lang. The only reason why is because I've seen Ichigo take L after L, even though he gets like these broken powers, Fullbringer powers, Bankai's, like craziness. But Wang Ling is literally a god. Like he's not taking a single L. So I've seen no L's come from him. So
Yeah,
there's people.
Wang Lee, he's a god. I'm like, we can really get into everything. Like his strength, just his strength is probably the weakest part about him. His
Yeah.
strength is planetary.
Yeah.
Off rip. Everything else is much higher.
Now, and this is talking about past seasons. There are people that try to talk about Universal and shit with like Bankai's, but we haven't seen it, and I don't have any evidence. Now, I love Bleach, and I'm not against it, and this is the reason why I can say I'm not being biased because I love Bleach. I haven't really watched Immortal King. I want to continue it, But I love Bleach to the day I'll die. I love Bleach, but I mean, I have to be honest. Wang Ling is literally the most broken character I've seen in a lot of animes recently. So like,
There was one scene where he like just did this with his sword, and it parted the clouds halfway across the earth just from doing this. Not even full
I
strength
mean, head Captain
slicing.
Yama did
He
that
just did
shit
that.
too.
I'm saying
Yeah,
that's how powerful. Not even trying. He just
yeah.
flick of the wrist. He parted the clouds halfway across the earth. I think
What is
he's
this
more
little hat
powerful.
he's wearing?
So that's Froggy One. Apparently, it was a demon that basically he subjugated at the beginning of the show.
Oh, I
Yeah,
remember that. Yeah, yeah,
and then
okay.
he went undercover to like fight, and he didn't want people to know who he was, so he put Frogger on his head.
I need to finish this show. I'm gonna watch it. It's
It's
on
pretty lit.
Netflix, right?
Uh,
The first season's on
yeah, I
Netflix.
think so. I think first and second seasons on Netflix possibly.
Both of them? Oh, okay.
It's pretty
Well,
lit. It's like 3 seasons so far, or four.
Wang Ling's
Wing Wing.
being Ichigo. I'm
Yeah,
sorry, Ichigo.
I
I'm
love Wing
sorry.
Wing.
All right, Wang Ling versus Mob.
Mobs and telekinesis,
I'm
right?
actually upset. So I'm actually mad.
Why's that?
I'm actually mad. You want to know why I'm mad?
Why?
Because all you do is talk about fucking Immortal King, yeah, for the save the
Hey,
best one for
hey,
last,
hey,
and he
number
about to
one,
win this whole bracket.
number one.
I'm about to be upset.
And it's not
Mob's
even
winning.
it's not even
Mob's
an
winning.
anime. It's a dosha, something like that. That's what
So,
Chinese anime is called. A
yeah.
dosha, something like that.
So Mob's winning. Got it.
Not even close. Not even
I
close.
mean, 100% Mob is pretty
Wang
fucking
is
strong.
turning this boy inside out by
But the
flicking.
thing the problem I have with putting Wang Ling in here is that he's obviously broken. His whole show is about him being
Yeah, that's the whole point of it.
unstoppable. So like
Hey.
every other episode, every other show in here where people have lost to broken characters, the point of them is to lose. The
Mm-hmm.
point of them is to lose sometimes, get back on their feet, save human beings, this and that. This Immortal King show is literally just a show about him being unstoppable.
What do
Like
you
there's
expect
no
from Mob? It's a show about him being unstoppable. Ichigo
I
is a show
mean,
about him being broken. It's
Ichigo is taking L after L though. That's the point. Is like he'll tap into some new power, which I have admitted like are ass pulls, but like
um,
yeah, I've
I feel
admitted
you.
that.
Well, what do you think, Mob or Ichigo?
Mob or Ichigo?
Yeah, what do you think?
Um, I don't know. So like I've seen Ichigo fight against telekinetic abilities,
Mm-hmm.
and Ichigo has pulled the W. Because the show is partly about Ichigo finding new power in some
How
hidden
did
corner
he
of the fucking world.
defeat them? The telekinesis abilities.
More spiritual pressure and his Getsuga Tensho, essentially.
I think because of Ichigo's spiritual pressure, he defeats Mob.
Yeah,
Because it's been
I do
stated
too.
many a times that spiritual pressure humans can't take. And yes, Mob is more than a regular human.
And
If he
he just
flexes,
got he just got his new he just got his new Zanpakuto. He has two of them now, and he has two Bankais.
oh my
So,
god, he has
well,
two
his
bond
last one broke.
guys.
His last one got destroyed by
You mean that ability that takes like 1,000 years to master? He has two of them now.
well, he got them created by the guy who created Zanpakutos.
Oh, of course he did. Is he
So,
part god too?
no.
Is he a cousin?
Well, I mean, in this getting back to the bracket, Wang Ling is gonna win this shit. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, like Wang Ling's winning. So
Wangling is the
Wang
god
Ling,
of the
Wang
fall
Ling,
2022 season.
the god of. So Ichigo's winning. Yeah. So no. So
Hey, look here. We
yes,
having something.
I can agree. Wang Ling is pretty fucking strong.
Mm-hmm.
Now this was randomized. We could have randomized it again, and it could have been somebody else at the bottom. You know what I'm saying, or at the top. But this is a completely randomized list.
Mm.
So we could have put Mob could have been fighting, Sid, and then we'd be like, or Mob could have been fighting fucking Ichigo, or whatever the fuck. You never know.
Right.
So, but Wang Ling is the winner for fall
Eh.
2022. Now
All right.
again, these are all opinionated, right? I
Yeah, if
mean,
you think we bullshitting, if
if
you
you
think
yeah,
Mob
if you
can
think we're
defeat,
lying,
if you really think he can
hey,
defeat, our
if you know
boy,
something we don't know,
please,
please
I
hop
would
over to the YouTube
love
channel.
hop on the
Yeah,
Discord. You can debate me right
Yeah, debate me
That's
right now. But
dope.
I mean, seriously though, leave a comment if you really think there's something we don't know about a character that would have pulled ahead. I mean, let us know because we know their abilities. You know, it's kind of from what we've seen so much of these animes. I mean, it's kind of hard to not give it to certain people because
Man,
you're not going to give. I mean, if Lloyd has some godly abilities that could pull ahead of fucking
if you
Wang
hop
Ling,
on here or drop a comment talking about, well, Peter
Lord,
Grill, all the
Peter
bitches want
Grill.
him, so obviously he'll beat
Joe,
Jolene.
yeah, because she's gonna
I'm
want
gonna
to have
smack the
his
shit out of
baby,
you. Don't even bother leaving a comment like that. But
and
if
you're
you
gonna
got
get
some
banned
real
if you
shit,
say that Ronco beats Ichigo. So
I mean, Rongo
that's
got them pistols though. She
all right,
can
everybody. All right, that's it. That's it. Anyways, but we're gonna continue doing this. This is gonna be our new seasonal breakdown. So we're gonna do our normal seasonal episode where we just break down like the whole season or of anime, kind of go over a review of it, and then we're gonna do our seasonal fights. We're gonna do that seasonal Otaku seasonal showdown, where we go over and see who the last one is. There are ways to where people can vote on it. So maybe if there's enough people that start showing up and watching and subscribing and stuff, maybe one day in the future, we can send it out on Discord or whatever it is, and people can vote on it, and then we can break down the voting a part of it. But for now, we're just doing it. Who we think is going to be the winner out of all this? I mean, obviously Denji's winning the wiping the board. So at the end of the day, no, I'm just kidding. But at the end of the
Rongo
day,
taking out Denji.
uh, but at the end of the day, Wang Ling, of course, the Chinese anime
Mm-hmm.
wins
The
over
one,
all
the
the
one
Jap.
that I said I don't know if I really want to watch this because it's Chinese. No,
Yeah,
it's the one that held true above them all.
but like I said, like his show is meant for him to be unstoppable.
Yeah,
There's nothing unless we get to a season, which you would normally happen around season 2 or 3, where like the character finally meets somebody that actually is worth his weight in salt. Like it still hasn't
never
happened yet.
happens.
So
Never happens.
like the show is meant for him to be absolutely
He don't
broken.
take
So,
L's. He don't. He don't. He
anyways.
don't take no L's.
But again, hop over to our YouTube, subscribe, like, leave a comment, leave some love because we love y'all. We try to do this for y'all. You know, I leave my kids with my wife and she yells at me and I'm like, I'm gonna go talk to the otakuans. You know, like like,
Obviously, we gotta go to
hey,
work.
in my family,
It's my nine to
work.
five.
This is family. You know, this is we got to talk. You know, so we appreciate y'all. Again, leave a comment if you think we're wrong and peace out.